One common pattern that we see time and time again from the world's best is as they take that club away from the ball, the hands track inside of the club head for a period of time until you see that line up. Where what we see from amateurs quite a lot is we see that club tracking inside, going underneath those hands. It can cause all kinds of different problems. It can contribute to poor strikes, wayward shots, poor club path, just generally not that great of golf. Now, if you hit the ball good and you do those kind of takeaways, keep hitting it good. But if you're struggling and you're struggling to control your takeaway, this might be the answer that helps you out. So believe it or not, what gets that club tracking around for golfers is that they actually introduce an angle that they don't even know exists. Meaning when I set up to a ball, my hand is basically bent down slightly this way at address. So my lead hand here is bent down slightly this way at address. And yours will be too. Now, if I keep that angle constant, so if I keep this angle here and I just can't keep it constant as I turn back, you're going to find that that club tracks below my hand. So I'm trying to keep that angle in. Where what we're seeing from good players is they have this angle, but as they take that club back, they're actually starting to slightly take this angle away. It's slightly starting to come out, which is what pitches that club up and keeps those hands coming more this side of the club. So what they're actually doing is their takeaway action is going from here to maybe about here. See what I've done there? Where amateurs are often trying to stay locked, one piece, keep this constant, this angle in here, and that leads to those funky takeaways for a lot of golfers. It also equates to lots of golfers getting in this kind of mess at the top as well, where they haven't created good space, good wrist angles. So what can we do to try and make sure we start getting this slight pitching of the club to help us get us more swinging at the target and hopefully striking the ball in a much more consistent way? Well, what I want you to do is hold on to the club with this angle that we're talking about in there, so this wrist bent down, which it will be addressed, but I want you just to feel with your trail finger the crease between the top of your hand and the top of your arm, and just put your finger into that crease. And then simply by getting golfers to understand that as they take the back, they can feel that crease increasing. So I can feel that club pitching up slightly as my hands come back. I literally can feel it because that hand is there as a trigger to allow me to feel it. Then in turn do one where you stay locked. You don't feel that increase. You'll see how that club wants to go basically more below you. And then do one where you feel almost that you push that crease down. See how that just pitches the club up. So I'm just trying to get that slight hinge by literally just putting a bit of pressure that way. And you're going to find you unlock the takeaway like you never have before. This is something I do with students, and I've seen them, they literally have light bulb moments where they're like, oh my word, no one has ever told me that before. I've always thought you had to stay kind of one piece and just turn. Well, you don't. Good players are using that angle, they're introducing it to try and control the face and try and control that path to make sure that they're hitting straighter shots. With that little bit of pressure on that crease, you are going to find much easier to even overdo it, really over crease it and find out that your hands go in and the club goes out. These kind of contradictions are great for feeling the different moves. Feeling more this way opposed to this way often allows golfers to hit that more neutral position that they might be after. Working it into a few practice swings, feeling that crease, feeling that pitch, feeling what it feels like as you come down with that pitch, you're going to find that your strikes absolutely transform on your shots because your takeaway actually helps you hit better shots rather than hurts you, and you finding you have to recover that takeaway as you go because you've basically rolled it this way. And it's not that you've rolled it, you've just kept this angle far too constant for too long, which whips that club around too early. Now let me know in the comments, like, have you heard this before? Lots of golfers have not heard this, and like I say, they do it and they're like, their heads blow off because they're like, oh my God, I didn't realize I could introduce that slight angle. Now, if you want to find out how to hit your driver better and more consistently as well, if you like the information in this video, you're going to love the information in this video.